Hello, I am speaking Dr. Deshbandhu Vajpayee from Kanak Polytherapy Clinic and Research Center and is before you. Now today is the transmission for overseas listeners who are not well aware of the Ayurvedic and other medical and other Ayush systems. So this is our program for those people who don't understand about the Ayurveda, homeopathy, and likely medical systems like Unani remedies and other ones. So today we are sharing with you the program with Unani remedies, and for that uh, we are we are starting the program with the Unani remedies introduction to you people who are not well aware of understanding this all. So now this before starting this program, I would like to urge you that in our uh, research center at Kanak Polytherapy Clinic, we are treating the patient with Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani, nature cure, yoga, allopathy. So in an integrated way and in combination manner. So before treatment, we generally examine the whole body of the patient with the newly invented technology of Ayurveda that is known as electrotridosography, or you can say ETG Ayurveda scan. So this is the only Ayurveda scan which is existing in this world and is now available to all global peoples, and they can visit in our clinic for the examination. And as I have already told you in every program that it takes at least 6 hours to examine the whole body, and we get it the genesis for the treatment purposes, and after that the cure is 100% possible. So before starting this program, so many times I have given you this information. If anybody is interested, he can contact on my telephone number, and in my send problems in my email address. So now we are starting the program. The Unani remedy is actually developed in Arabian states. So um, the it is said that the whatever the Muslim took up, these developed and embellished the Unani system of medicine, Greek in origin, as its name indicates, was elaborated and enriched by Muslim scientists and doctors to a degree undreamed of by their Greek ancestors. So it can be said that it was the first Greek persons who developed this Unani system of medicine, and after that the Muslims came with these whatever be the circumstances at that time. So they Muslims shared it, and they innovated the medical system. So it may be truly said that these Muslim servants were really the forerunners of the later systems of cure that came in vogue. The Unani system has not made much progress after the 14th century. Now, this is right one that after 14th century, both the Unani system and Ayurveda, both the system could not flourish and could not progress in 14th century because of the invasion of Britishers in Indian lands, and that was the turning point for not innovative progress in both the sciences in Unani and in uh, Ayurveda. So Ayurveda was very vigorously that was due to the Mughals invasion, and the Mughals have not mostly prepared to progress the Ayurveda in that manner which it should be. So in India, the fall of the Mughal Empire gave the death blow for the progress of this system. This is true for not only for Unani but for the Ayurveda also. So both the systems uh, they have got the death blow for the progress, and but thanks to the efforts of the so many people who roughly and rightly styled as uh, the system of in beginning to come into the farmer glory. So it was the so many people who are practicing in this way, and they have entered in the practice in a good manner. So the public should be thanks to give the encourage in increasing the popularity of these both the sciences Ayurveda and Unani. So popularizing of the system is based on actually on the practitioners and both the users, you can say. So this was the reason. So mm, it is a fact that man at the some stage or other in his life has to contact one disease or another in order that he may not fall an easy victim to this. Man in every part of the globe has controversial means to counteract their bad effects, contribute. So, among the Indian methods of treatment, Ayurvedic, Siddha, and Unani stand supreme. So, this is said by the our ancestors, practitioners. So, Unani medicine has always been held in great regard by all classes of medical men for its proved utility and excellence of theory, which are the basis of modern medicine. No doubt about it. Everybody will appreciate this one. So, on the insistence of so many professionals, so many writers came up, and they have written so many books and so many classical appreciation in regarding to Unani system of medicine, and they have given the impossible theories of recollected theories of Unani system, and they have given in a book form or in other written form. So they shared it like Ayurveda was shared by Susrut and Charak. So the efforts was done by the so many practitioners of Unani, and they came up and they have written the theory and innovated the system. So now we can say that in the introductory part of the Unani system of remedy, so it is said that when the germ of a disease is found out, the cause becomes simple or definite. Thus, something definite and demonstrable assumes the insignia of being scientific. Now, this is the version uh, which is strongly said. When the germ of a disease is found out, the cause becomes a simple or definite. Thus, something definite and demonstrable assumes the insignia of being scientific. So, this is a sign of a scientific and unscientific comparison. The magic of the medical art is to find out something to kill it. No doubt, everybody would like to kill the causative factors. That is said the Sancheta Kriya Yogo Parivarjanam in Ayurveda. The magic of the medical art is to find out something to kill it. The fact requiring elucidations is whether it acts on the germ outside the body or when inside it. So this was the questions that was raised long time before. So 50, 70 and 100 years back, this was the question arises before the everyone, that whether the bacteria is the cause of disease or the disease causes bacteria. So now our studies in being in microbiology have been in a very high score. So the response can be get from microbiologist. So no doubt the fact requiring elicitation is whether it's act on the germ outside the body or when inside it. When a drug is successful in killing the organism, when a drug is successful in killing the organism outside the body, its effects, when given to a patient on the body other than the germ, must also be ascertained. So, just I have told you that microbiologist can reply it well. After a cure with the modern medicine, the difficulty of regaining the powers in confronted with. A peep into the post will show that the Aristotelian Aristotelian humoral concept of vitality or weakness of the body fluids is as rational today as it was in the past. Oh, now we should think over it. The Aristotelian, the Aristotle have given his humoral concept. Now a peep into the post. Now you everybody have to view about the theory of Aristotelian, which is given the humoral concept of vitality or weakness of the body fluids is as rational today as it was in the past. No doubt it is the similar the question. Now we are going on this line to explore much more and like to coordinate with the modern medical sciences. So I have also written a book on it in Ayurveda. So if anybody would like to see, that is in actually in Hindi language, and shortly I will translate it in English for the English peoples. So now it is available free for download in slideshare.com slash Dr. D.B. Vajpayee. So you can go there and you can download the PDF form of the book in which I have given the theory of humerals with the combination and comparison with the modern medical system, which are related with this concept with these humors. So now I will with the reference I am telling you. So if anybody is interested, he can go there and download the PDF form. So this line should be considered a peep into the post in the past will show that the Aristotelian humoral concept of vitality or weakness of the body fluids is as rational today as it was in the past. The view that the watertight manner in the diagnostic field of the humorist not only prevents but closes up all avenues for experimental science is a misconception because no rationalization is possible without sufficient experimental work. Thus, the concise manner in which medical science based on the humoral theory is rationalized is only the observation of experiments and clinical manifestations developed on the basis of logic produced as compendium of medical science. Now, here we can say that the concept of this this thing is now categorized in two ways. Now, some disease conditions are based on the uh, theory of bacteria or theory of infection, and some disease conditions are not. So, this should be considered according to the uh, rules laid down by the our ancestors. So now uh, the diseases are considered into, now it is divided into two parts. The diseases are now divided into two parts after such a long time and such a long studies which have been done and is continuously done, that the disease conditions which are generated by or created by any fine bacteria, pathogens, virus, fungus, and other infective agents. For example, tuberculosis, typhoid, tetanus, malaria, and pneumonia, etc. Or these diseases can be easily detected or diagnosed by examining the particular uh, test, particular pathological test, and particular examination. So these disease conditions can be detected very easily. Now, in the second category, which is established, those disease conditions which are not generated by any bacteria, pathogens, virus, and fungus. They never appear. So these disease conditions are acidity, asthma, arthritis, gout, joints pain, cancer, piles, hemorrhoids, constipation, diabetes, heart conditions, fistula, headache, prostate. So there is a lot of disease conditions which are actually not related with any bacterial infection. So diseases can be categorized into two parts, and these two parts are responsible for the appearance of diseases, and so these should be taken in this manner. So now I have given you that I have categorized you in two ways, that this is one which is based on the bacterial infection, the second one is non-bacterial. So the diagnostic, the view that the watertight manner in the diagnostic field of the humorist not only prevents but close up all avenues for experimental science is a misconception, because no rationalization is possible without sufficient experimental work. Thus, the concise manner in which medical science, based on the humoral theory, is rationalized is only the observation of experiments and clinical manifestations developed on the basis of logic produced as compendium of medical science. A score of years ago, a literature of this type would have appeared as a pseudo-exposition of a system of medicine that existed only to get buried fathoms deep. So this thing generally came in, always came in existence because that cannot say why it happened with the public or people or a bunch of people or a small group of people that you shut this one, this medical system, you shut this medical system, why you are keeping away this medical system, why you are not using this allopathic medical system. So always the questions are have gone since very long period. So this thing is crop up in the sex in the time of Britishers, and they have never tried to explore the Ayurveda or Unani system of medicine in their ruling time. While they have a good chance to explore the Ayurveda and Unani, both the system. So Britishers never tried it. They tried it whatever was very popular in European countries, and that was allopathic medical system and homeopathic medical system. That's why the both medical system came in the British period, and they have never tried the Ayurveda and Unani system of medicine to elaborate it or to create it up to the heights. So I am not commenting it on that one, but I am telling you about the seizing of the progress of these medical system in the period of Britishers. So everybody is blaming Ayurvedicians that you have not progressed in that way. So now you see that the existence of a medical system is remain in after 5,000 years or after thousands and 2,000 years is existing is today, and he have never gone. So that should be considered. So a score of years ago, a literature of this type would have appeared as a pseudo exposition of a system of medicine that existed only to get buried fathom deep. Now this is today is also it is going on. The same one is there is no any change from thousands of years back. Now you go to Wikipedia and see the Ayurveda and Unani system of medicine pages where you will see the so many mistakes. They have done a lot of mistakes that should be sacked inside. That is not true. Whatever given in Wikipedia pages about Ayurveda and what is given in Unani system of medicine and what is given in homeopathic medical system, that is not true. Why? Because of those who are editors, they are very free. There is no control of any persons on them. Everybody can like you that you are kaput. You have done so many mistakes. Nobody is identified in Wikipedia editors who he is. What is their identity? Somebody says that he is a dog. Somebody is saying that he is fucking his rectum. Come and fuck me. What is it? This type of editors will edit the Ayurveda and Unani and homeopathy page. Now you tell me there is no any identity of the editors. They are criticizing to the Ayurveda and Unani and homeopathy. Wikipedia editors, nobody have. I have tried so many times and I have contributed in the page. But since 2007, I have left the page because of the I was contributing with the name of Debbe, Debbe, Debbe. So I was contributing with this name. After that, after 2007, I have left it because there is no identity of any editor. Nobody understands the charak. Nobody understands the soul of Ayurveda. They are saying, oh, so such and such. There is a bundle of mistakes in that page and is not true. I am telling you. So don't believe the contents of Wikipedia in any way. And for the global audience, I am telling you that if you like to understand Ayurveda, you refer to Encyclopedia Britannica or any other encyclopedia, but don't believe on the Wikipedia for the Ayurveda, for the Unani, and for the homeopathy. There are bundle of mistakes. So many times the first mistake is the very biggest mistake Wikipedia is doing, that there is no any identity of any editor. If I am telling you my address is to you, you can come and contact me at any time. At any time, at this moment, you can contact me and ask me any question, whatever you like to say. But in Wikipedia editors, you cannot say. They only discussing it unnecessary. I think that they have no work. They have only the work of discussing only uselessly they are working. They are discussing. If you give a proper channel that you go and ask him. No, not I am telling you 100% of the editors are fools. Great fools. So my version is to say I will tell you about the foolishness of the Wikipedia editors in Wikipedia encyclopedia in future. So I would like to say you that this is true. What is said about the Unani system of medicine, it is true and it is not wrong. So now what is said about it, that a score of years ago a literature of this type would have appeared as a pseudo exposition of a system of medicine that existed only to get buried fathom deep. But now balanced scientist is in view of the aims of the medical science and the healing art will not hesitate to confess we have not advanced much. So right, that is right. I have given you, but this little advancement cannot progress further towards the aim without an inspiration from the literature of the past. It is to this and I am prompted to work in the beginning the life of the medical system is given. So now this is for today, and in the uh, next telecast I will tell you furthermore about the Unani system of medicine. So take it, and my program is continue for 1 hour. So uh, please be with us. So don't leave. I am coming again. somebody said that some ghost is entered in the body of this gentleman or this gentle lady. So this is the sayings. So Bhut Vidya is related and is considered in Ayurveda only, and there is no any medical system which consider it that Bhut Vidya are unnecessary celestial powers affects on the human body. So no other systems recognize it, but Susruts have mentioned it, and I have seen that my practical experience is that Bhut Vidya is actually related with the psychosomatic disorders or somatopsychic disorders. So, so many conditions I have seen and treated well with the Ayurvedic remedies after considering and concluding their problems. So, I think that Bhut Vidya is correct somehow, but it is related with the psychosomatic disorders or somatopsychic disorders. So I can say that somehow it is related with the psychology. So clinical psychology can be, you can say, in some extent that clinical psychiatry is related with the Bhut Vidya. So that is my opinion, and I think that so many people will agree with my idea. So this is actually, you can say, Bhut Vidya, because at that time the psychology was not considered as a clinical psychiatry was not in existence at that time in the olden days, and nobody was thinking about it. They understand that the problems are created by the celestial bodies or some impression of moon or impression of sun or impression of Mercury or impression of Shukra or impression of Saturn. So I think that at that time the knowledge was not in such a condition, and they take it in other way. So now Bhut Vidya is actually very near to clinical psychiatry, and that should be taken in that concept. Now the fifth one is Komar Vritti. That means the midwifery and gynecology and pediatry. So these three subjects are come under the Komar Vritti. Komar means the children, the small children's kids, and Vrit the action, the act. So the the act of kids, you can say the kid acts. So uh, all the three, midwifery, gynecology, and pediatry, these three are combined in one, and that is comes under the Komar Vritti. So Komar Vritti is the that related with the midwifery, gynecology, and pediatry. All the three in one. And in my opinion, what I think, at that time, round about 2000 years ago, uh, midwifery and gynecology and this pediatric are actually the simultaneously taken in a series one. In a series, they have taken it in a series because the uh, born of a child and maintain the health of the child after the acts after the birth of the child. So these are the continuous process of you can say this is a continuous. This have been done. This is done in a continuous process. So they have taken and accumulated in one. But now after in present era, our knowledge have gone very in the very highest level. So we have categorized it and segregated it in pediatric separately, in gynecology separately, and in midwifery separately. So, but at that time the Susruta have included this Kamar Vrat 3 in 1 acts. So this should be taken in that way. Now the sixth one is Agat Tantra. Agat means poison and Tantra means the epics. So Agat Tantra is, now you can say in modern terminology, the toxicology. The toxicology is come under the Agat Tantra, and they have mentioned the effects of poisons on human being. Like he have segregated poisons in 3 or 4 uh, section, 3 or 4 parts. So some have they in one part they've included the phyto poison, the phytological poisons, and the animal poison and the mineral poison. So they have categorized each one in a different manner, and if they conjoined their experiences with the uh, use of toxic materials in human body and effects of these poisons in humans. So the Agat Tantra is related with this one. So in many ways we have seen that in this section, whatever we have experienced, so somehow the bacterial effects are, they have mentioned in Agat Tantra that in uh, uh, in season of in rainy season there is some sort of you can say the air pollution, and water pollution that creates disease conditions in a very wide. So now we can now we see today we see that the viral infection that goes to from one part to other part of the state and country, so affected, so mass affection of viral fever to everywhere. So at that time it was happened, but due to now the microbiology was not exist at that time, so they can only experience it, and they can whatever they experience they have written, and their treatment they have written what to be done in this condition if there is any viral expansion or other this type of complaints happen. So what to do in this condition? So they have done it and gave a solution how to remove it. So Daga Tantra, now this is Daga Tantra. So now the seventh part is Rasayan Tantra and Vajikaran Tantra. So in the Rasayan Tantra, they have now you can say in modern, now you can translate it in modern way. The Rasayan Tantra means, Ras means uh, metabolism and assimilation. Two things are there. So now completely if you translate it in Rasayan, that means the Ras means the metabolism and assimilation. Assimilation of the nutritious substance and metabolism of the breaking of carbohydrate, uh, protein, fat, and minerals and others one. So categorize it, in categorizing these all. So the rasayan is that convert the whatever we take it, whatever we take food in our daily life to maintain our body. So ras is converted into the rakt, and the rakt is converted into mans. The mans is converted into male. The male is converted into uh, asthi. The asthi is the part is now comes the majja, and the lastly the shukra. So to maintain all the dhatus, because the body is consist of these all things. So the food part or the any substance, any medicinal substance, or any preparation which is done especially, which is prepared especially, which is made especially to maintain the rust mass made astimanja shukra, all the seven dhatus which is mentioned in the Ayurveda to maintain the proper health condition of a human being. So this one is very necessary to that section has been now we say today the talks of malnutrition. Why malnutrition is happening? Have you thought over it? I think that in the olden times in Ayurveda they have conceived this idea, they have perceived it that malnutrition may be a factor of ill health. So they have mentioned a separate section on this one, the Rasayan Tantra. The Rasayan Tantra means to maintain the body and to cover up the body with uh, the malnutrition, to keep away with the malnutrition. And if you take this and this and this preparation, you will you will be away from the malnutrition, and your body will be uh, strong and in natural way. So the Rasayan Tantra at that time in the before, now I have mentioned before 2000 or 2005 years back, they have conceived and perceived it that malnutrition may be a factor for the generation, the coming generation. They have perceived it, and they have given a solution of it. So in the science temple, you will get all the remedies or all the food articles. The seven class is also now you can say the seven class is also a food article and can be taken with the to keep away the malnutrition, whatever it is said now today. So the this one is the Rasayan Tantra and the Bajikaran Tantra. The Bajikaran is Baji means the horse and Karan means like horse. घोड़े की तरह होना. To be like a horse. So Bajikaran is the earth part of the earth section of Ayurveda, and it is mentioned in the particularly to make strong the reproductive system, to keep them fit, because because of because you now we came here for what? Why we have taken birth in this world? Why we have taken this the birth in this earth and this world? Now we have thought over it. The main one for the birth on the earth is related with the to keep the earth safe and give them the our generations. Now, generation to generation, we came here to produce the again generation, to produce the next generation. Otherwise, what will happen after 100 years? If you don't have the, if you don't do it, you don't do it. If there is no any kind of reproduction up to 100 years, the earth will be ruined. So to keep them the earth life, to keep always life, generation to generation, maintain the generation and again to generate and again to generate and again to generate. They have they have they have given a section of Vajikaran Tantra. How you can maintain your reproductive organs well so that you can give a birth of a healthy child, either male, either female, to keep the earth and to keep our generation away, to keep the our generation, to maintain the generation and generation and generation. So this is the thought of the Ayurveda at that time. So they have given the Vajikaran Tantra, and in that section they have given the certain kinds of remedies which is related with the reproductive organs capabilities, to increase the capabilities of reproductive organs so that the birth may be maintained. So this was the concept of Ayurveda at that time. So now I I am now finishing it here at this moment, at this juncture, and would like to say you something that in our research center at Kanak Polytherapy Clinic and Research Center 67/70, we are treating so many disease conditions that I will tell you. The Birgi hysteria, सफेद दाग, psoriasis, avascular necrosis, leukoplakia, ankylosing spondylitis, and all kinds of disease conditions, whatever they may be, are treated on the line of Ayurveda and homeopathy and Unani with the aid of newly highly invented technology, ETG Ayurveda scan and other Ayurveda blood and urine examinations. If any relative of yours is suffering with any disease condition, you can tell them and now like it and subscribe it and tell it to others. Now you can tell to about this uh, uh, to Ayurveda students, and we'll see you after half an hour. We'll start our program at 8. And thank you all to Facebook in Astang Hruday Sangita. So Vagbhatta work should be named Nidan and Chakravarta Sangrah. So Vagbhatta's work was in that sense. So the first is a consensus compilation on the causes, symptoms, and treatment of diseases. So Nidan, that means the diagnosis and the diagnosis of the disease condition. So in Nidan, in Madhav Nidan, and in other Nidan books, anybody can find the sign and syndrome and the expansion of the disease condition up to the suppurative stage and with the pathology. So everybody can uh, go through the Nidan and the Chakradatta Sangrah. So Chakradatta Sangrah is actually a compilation of causes, symptoms, and treatment of disease. So all the all the four which contains the causes, that means the root cause of the problem and the symptoms. That means the sign and syndromes which are found in the body for diagnosis purposes, whether this or that condition, and after that the treatment of that disease condition which is diagnosed early. So Nidan is the basic of the Vagbhatta work. So in Chakravarti, it is written that the matter is taken wholly from Charaka and Susruta. No doubt, every compiler have taken the basic ground from Susruta and Charak for the basic need, and after that he built his own experiences and coordinated with the old and the present at that time which he has gained the knowledge. So he submitted with the old knowledge and make a new one. So that you can say the innovation of the classical compilation of Susrut and Charak books, whatever he have written in those times, so it is an excellent abridgment of everything useful in the older work. So you can say that Chakravarti Sangrah is actually a compilation of at that compilation of Charak and Susrut, which is given and which is written earlier in those days. So after the long years of practice, so he submitted, he conjoined some new things which he have experienced in that period in which there was no any compiler came out. So the Chakravarti can be said that it is a innovative work of Charak and Susrut. So it is an excellent abridgment of everything useful in the older works and has for a long time been in the hands of medical students in India. After that, nobody came out to write the experiences which he have gained because there were certain regions which can be, there is historical regions. So that was the Ashoka time, and after that the Mughals came. So the progress of Ayurveda and Ayurveda related subjects was inhibited by uh, 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 these calamities, you can say. So the abnormal was done according to at that time that no new work was added in the former. The earlier work was not renewed by the newer one. So that was the still and at the stacked stage, you can say. So there was no authorship at that time. The reason we do not know, we cannot say why it is happened, and it could be a royal order, or you can say the emperor orders which inhibited the progress of Ayurveda and was not updated accordingly to the time passes. So you can say that it is the authorship is attributed to Madhvakar, who is supposed to have belonged to the Vaidikas. So after a long work, after a long period, you can say after passing 2000 years or 1500 years back. So uh, Madhav Mishra, he came in existence and he written a book, Madhav Nidan. So it is said that the authorship is attributed to Madhvakar, who is supposed to have belonged to the Vaidya caste. It is said that Madhav Mishra was belongs to the belong with the genesis of the Vedas, and in sequential uh, way he was very learned one. It seems to us that he have written a book in Bhav Prakash. So no, sorry. So Madhvakar have written the Madhav Nidan. Actually, he seems to be very keen observer, and after that he observed what he has seen in the diseases and the syndromes. So Madhav Nidan, Madhav Nidan actually uh, is actually compiled and edited by the Madhvaka, which is I think that if you go through the Madhav Nidan, you will find the many actual tests have been copied by the author from Susrut and Charak. So nobody can say that it is his own work, but in some disease conditions he have contributed that some new disease conditions he have given in his book Madhav Nidan. So can be said that after Sushruta and Charak, so something which is added in Ayurveda in a new way, in an innovative way, so in a inventive way. So that is the Madhav Nidan, and he have given some new disease conditions like typhoid fever and other ones in a very good manner. And whatever he have find out it in practice, I think that he was a good practitioner. So that with his observation was very keen. So I think that he have given a very good explanation of the disease picture and disease condition. So Madhva Karwa, who is supposed to have belonged to the Vaidya caste. So, and I think that somebody I have seen that Vaidya caste actually that was the tradition from tradition to tradition of practicing Ayurveda in olden days. So generation to generation was involved in the Ayurveda practice. So can be said that he could be a very good keen observer, and his father's name is said to have been Indrakar. Indrakar. The Madhvakar's name was father's name was Indrakar, and another opinion recently proved and which seems to be supported by evidence that cannot be easily rejected is that the work was compiled by that Madhav, who is known by other appellations like Sayan and Brahatirtha Swami, the great commentator of the Vedas. So, I think that this thing should be come out, and this should be scrutinized. I am not sure if anybody has given such a explanation in this way that another opinion recently broached and which seems to be supported by evidence. Supported by evidence is a very important that cannot be easily rejected. And it is said that this evidence cannot be rejected very easily. Is that the work was compiled by that Madhava, who is known by other appellations, which Sayana and Bharati Tirtha Swami, Bharati Tirtha Swami, the great commentator of the Vedas. I don't know. I cannot say because I have not gone through this also. I cannot say what is actuality. But I will say, and if I will get any evidence in this sense, then I will try to explain it. But as far as concerned with this one, I have not seen anywhere, and I cannot say actually. So now again, whatever the evidence in support of the latter view, the question must still be regarded as open. Whoever was the real author, the compilation possesses such merits that there is no doubt it will maintain its position as long as the Hindu system of medicine will maintain its ground. So, About the Madhu Devan, I read it several times with the Charak and the Susru. Simultaneously, I have read it, and in somewhere I have seen that. So we are ending here our program, and will reappear tomorrow at 7:30 to 8 in between. So please join us after 7:30 tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you.